where the passion is alive. Previews and reviews, keeping you in the vibe. Player ratings coming in like a tidal wave. Leeds Stephen TV, it's your football fave. Every match day we got the insight you crave. Diving into details like a deep sea wave. But kick off to the whistle, we got you in the know. Leeds Stephen TV, your football hero. We scream, we cheer, together we rise. Football's our language.
Hello, welcome to the Stephen TV. This is your match review of Luton Town 1, Leeds United 1. I think that.
Well, that game, look, no team deserved to win. I thought the draw was a fair result, but we'll get into that. But I'm a bit gutted because for the first time in a long time, it's now out of our hands.
Yep.
You know, we all said before the game that a draw, we needed to win this game. A draw wasn't good enough. I didn't see anything much from Leeds to say that you know they're up for this battle. You know they're up. They can cope with pressure, but we'll get into it anyway. Let's start by looking at how teams lined up, shall we, Lee? Before we start going on a ramble. Right then, Lee. So I'll do the Luton, you do the Leeds if you want. Right. So Kaminski in goal. Jones, Masoko, McGuinness, Bell, Doherty, Clark, Walsh, Asgard, who I thought were really good. Morris, captain, and Adebayo, who caused us a lot of problems in that first half, in particular, before he went off injured in second.
Down it. Bogo, Fairpool, Strike, Wardon, Ampadu, Tanaka, Masaman, Winonto, James, and Joe Portop.
On the bench, there's some what got used. Byram come on. Smith got come on, made an appearance. Werber made an appearance. Aronson made an appearance, and first time playing for Leeds United since New Year's Day, as did Patrick Bamford Lee. So that was your starting lineups, right? So this is how the table looks. Lee, who's top at table, please?
Burnley.
How many points are Leon now?
48.
84.
84.
How many points? Who's in second?
Sheffield United.
And how many points are Leon?
83.
But they can go top if they win at 3 o'clock. Their game kicks off at 3 o'clock. Leeds United.
Third.
How many points?
82.
So we're 2 points behind Burnley on 84, right? Do you see if Sheffield United win, they'll go to 86. We'll be 4 points behind Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Look, we're not coping, are we, Lee? We're not coping very well with the. Let me just stop sharing the screen for a minute because I want to bring up the match stats, Lee. If that's all right, we'll do that now. So these were first half match stats, Lee. I don't know if you can read that. Total shots with Luton.
4.
For Leeds.
4.
Total shots on target for Luton.
2 for Luton. 4 for Leeds.
But overall ball possession
10 to 8%
for Luton and
71% Leeds.
71.3% Leeds. Right, so that were your first half stats, guys. Darlow made 1 save. Kaczynski made 3 saves.
Yep.
There were 4 fouls for Luton, 5 fouls for Leeds. 4 corners for Leeds, no corners for Luton.
Yeah.
So first half, overall, you know, we dictated the first half, didn't we?
Yeah.
But you know, they scored first, and we conceded again. So let me just bring up the second half stats, Lee. Sorry, mate. I'm not with it at all today, mate. Honestly, God, I don't know what's going on. Right. So let me just bring up the second half stats. These were the full-time stats, Lee. So total shots, Luton,
8.
Leeds,
8.
Shots on target,
3 for Luton, 5 for Leeds.
Touches inside opposition box.
10 to 4 for Luton and 10-5 for Leeds.
So it were an even game, wasn't it? Goalkeeper saves.
4 for Luton, 2 for Leeds.
Fouls committed.
15 for Luton and 13 for Leeds.
Corners.
9 for Luton, 5 for Leeds.
So that's your stats, right? So let's get rid of that. Right, Lee. I only made a few notes. I didn't make a lot of notes, but I made a few notes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Massive shout out to Darlow, though. His first championship start.
Yeah.
What I liked about him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He were catching the ball.
Yes.
He looked a bit more assured inside in between sticks, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think it was the right decision to take Mesley out and bring Darlow in.
Yep.
And Darlow in that game did enough for me to merit a start against Middlesbrough next time out.
Yep.
So overall, I was happy with Darlow.
Yeah.
Right. It was a 3rd minute league. We normally create a good chance, don't we, early in games, right? Thanks, love. It was it's like get your mum on that down. It was and James should have scored.
Yeah.
It was that cross. It was a poor header. Instead of straight into Kaczynski's hands.
Yeah.
And that that would have made it 1-0 to Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
But then on 15th minute, Firpo got a good chance and all. It was a poor free kick, what Leeds took.
Mm-hmm.
It found its way to Firpo, and what all he could do was get his foot on it, and it went straight into keeper's hands again.
Yeah.
But then straight from that moment, right, Luton took the lead. It was a brilliant goal from Jones, Isaac Jones, right? It was good work by Adebayo. It shouldn't have. It was second favourite to get to get to that ball.
Yeah.
I think it was Solomon who were under pressure. It might have been. I think it was Solomon. He were under pressure. Solomon. Anyway, one of Leeds players should have put that ball into Rose head, right? But Adebayo somehow got away, got the crossing, and then whereas Jones at back just to knock it into net, which Darlow couldn't have done out for.
No.
The one up Darlow could have done for that goal.
No.
That give Luton a 1-0 lead. Then on 28th minute, Dan James scores a fantastic goal.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk to me about Dan James Lee with his goal?
He took a goal though. In that outside box.
Well, yeah, he cut in, didn't he? He cut in, didn't he, on his weaker foot.
Yeah.
And it was from a corner, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Luton thought they got the danger away, but Dan James, great finish.
Yeah.
That was a good finish.
Yeah.
It was. And then that was about it. Then we went in at half time, 1-1.
Yeah.
Second half started. Now I'm a bit disappointed with Leeds because the next shot we had after that Dan James goal on 28th minute, were on the 73rd minute with Bamford, where he went 1-on-1 with keeper, struck it straight at Mickey keeper, first keeper, and it was saved. But that was the first shot from the 28th minute to that point. Now for me, we just didn't look like we I don't know what it is with his attack. We just didn't look quite at it, if you know what I mean, Lee. We weren't as threatening. Now, whether we've got to give Luton praise for that, with how they set up.
Yeah.
And in that second half, our wide men weren't getting much joy. Solomon one side, James the other. They weren't getting as much joy in that second half. I just seen Pascal Strike full time go on pitch with a boot on it, one of them boot supports on his foot. So I hope he ain't going to be out for too long because we need him. You know, it was just one of them games, Lee. I mean, I don't think anyone had full confidence in Leeds going in. You know, after Swansea game going into this game, I don't think many people had confidence. I said to you before the game started that I was nervous.
Yeah.
I said to you I was nervous about this game. I didn't have a good feeling about it. And I don't have a good feeling about the Middlesbrough game neither. Burnley got top at table, coming back. They went 1-0 down. And guess what? Jadon Anthony, ex-Leeds United loanee player, scored 2 goals for Burnley, putting them on top of Matt. We're now third. So we've got to go again. We've got to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and go again, Lee.
Yeah.
But I don't have any confidence that we're going to get automatic. I just think our players fault a little bit. I don't think they can cope with pressure.
No.
What about you?
I think Luton have happy with a point.
Luton are more happy with point than we are. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And just need to hopefully strike not too serious. Because I know Ampadu went to go so get down.
You told him to get down straight away, didn't you? Did you see that on pitch?
And Striking not happy with that.
Yeah, but he had to get down. But Lukovic, Ampadu did right thing by telling him to get down. You know, no point playing on with an injury because he's had more damage. I thought that we could I thought that we could play by Ampadu actually. You know, good experience shown.
Yeah.
And it's good to see that Strike listen to him and all.
Yep.
You know, Lee.
Yeah.
Why are we faulting? Why are we faltering? Why are we struggling to score goals now? Or are we struggling to score goals? Because we scored 2 against Swansea. We scored 1 against today.
Yeah. I think he's struggling to get goals because I know Bamford come on. It looks good with Bamford.
He made some good runs, didn't he?
Yes.
Made some good runs.
But that finishing, that top like that ball give Bamford and hit the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
That should make it 2-1.
He should have scored that, shouldn't he?
And that someone make it 2-1 over.
Yeah, he missed it. It was Dan James Cross, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Solomon, he showed no composure, did he?
No.
You know, all he had to do was keep the ball down. He would have scored.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right, Lee. You're right. I'm just feeling a bit flat with Leeds at the moment, Lee, because I was so optimistic.
Yeah.
You know, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I was so optimistic about Leeds. You know, I used to look forward to games coming up and stuff, and now, you know, now that we're into business end of season, and now we seem to be struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit flat.
Yeah.
I feel a little bit flat as a fan, as a Leeds fan.
Yes.
I'm not at the stage where I'm losing my mind or out like that. Because we've seen this tale so many times before, you know, especially last season.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're not used to this. We haven't seen this story. You know, it's not like we haven't read this story before because we've seen this story last season. It's just I feel so deflated, and you know, we go on about having the biggest squad, the most highest wage structure in league and stuff, and we're just faltering, and I don't know what it is. You know, I thought Perot were virtually non-existent today.
I thought Paul.
Same with Nonto as well. To be fair, Nonto didn't have the impact I'd expect him to have either.
I don't know Paul.
I think he did, but they weren't out meaningfully.
No.
I think you could count on one hand how many touches he had. You know, and that's not good enough when you're trying to when you're going for automatic promotion championship and You know, it's like what Fairpo says. He knows what the prize is. They all know what the prize is. If you know, get out. If if they finish top in automatics, they all know what the prize is.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's not materialising on pitch, and it's sad. It's sadly, it's really sad to see what's happening in the Leeds at the moment.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a bit. Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit gutted, mate. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I'm a bit gutted. Surely onwards to I forgot to ask you. Did draw right result? Did Luton do it? Should Luton have won the game? Did Leeds do enough to win the game, or what? What would you say?
I think we should win that game.
We should have won it. Yeah, but the result, is it the right result? Did any team deserve to get 3 points?
Honestly, I'd say probably Luton.
First start of that second half, yeah, they had more chances. They look more threatening than we did.
Yeah.
But me personally, I think it were a fair result.
Yeah.
You know, I think no team deserves to lose.
No.
So you know, they're just showing you fixtures now. We've got Middlesbrough, Preston, Oxford, Stoke, Bristol City, and Plymouth.
Yeah.
You know, now we know Sheffield United have got Burnley to play on April 21st. So hopefully, well, we know one of the teams are going to drop points. You know, it's just too close to call now, Lee. It's too close to call. It really is.
Yeah.
Because I've got a strange feeling that Burnley Sheffield United game's going to end in a draw. A bit like when we played Leeds Burnley. We should respect it much, and we ended up drawing game.
Yeah.
So you know, I just I don't know, mate. I don't know. And it's that table just doesn't look good to me at all now. We Leeds third, it doesn't look good at all because I don't think we'll manage playoffs, Lee. We don't do it. We just can't do playoffs.
No.
You know, we're going to put ourselves through a lot of pain. I know we are.
Yeah.
You know, I know we are. Lee, can I ask you for your final thoughts, please, mate?
My final thoughts. It's a good point for Luton.
Yeah.
But Leeds United fans, I know you're disappointed to that point. We should get 3 points, I know that. But on to the next game.
That's all we can do. That's all
Yeah.
we can do. You're right. You're right. Spot on.
Another away game.
Yeah, another away game to Middlesbrough who are flying as well.
Yeah.
You know, they've got something to play for.
Yeah.
All these teams that we've got to work up against, every game in Championship, there's somewhat on it.
Yes.
There is. There really is. You know, no game's easy. No two games are the same.
No.
But Leeds just need to Leeds need to turn this momentum round because I know, and momentum's a difficult thing. It's, you know, if you've got momentum, everything goes your way. You haven't got momentum, a lot of things don't go your way. I don't know. I feel a bit. Oh, I don't know. I'm just gutted. I'm gutted, mate. I'm genuinely gutted.
Yeah.
I am. I'm gutted, and I am.
Yeah.
Right. Well, then, Lee, do you want to
Thank you for watching Leeds on TV.
It's a goodbye from me, guys.
And go over me.
Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Look after yourself. See you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.